going on YouTube? Uberman here. So I decided it's time to put out a short video with some of my best tips and tricks to being successful when it comes to ride sharing. Now, I've already done an A to Z how-to. I'm not going to go through all that stuff again. I've already done it and it's very time consuming. But these are going to be my most prized possessions. All right, the best tips that I have for you if you want to be profitable as a rideshare driver. Now, seasoned drivers, you probably already have this down, but there are a lot of drivers out here that just don't know what they're doing. So let me break this down for you. All right, surge pricing is where it's at. Absolutely. Driving for 60, 70 cents a mile is not where it's at. Can you still make money? Yes, depending on what kind of car you drive, you can still make money. But what you need to be careful of is basically subsidizing your instant cash flow from Uber with your car. All right? Maybe that doesn't even make sense to you, but you can be losing money driving for Uber. While you're collecting that check every week, you think you're making money, but in reality, you're losing money because of the value that you're losing in your car. Not so much what the car is worth, but the maintenance that goes into it. Because guys, this is a thing that a lot of people don't understand. Because a lot of people just aren't business savvy. All right, you have a car, you think I'm just going to go out and make a bunch of money. Well, that's great until something major fails on your car. Until you find out you need tires, brakes, and rotors at the same time. All right, because you didn't take that into consideration while you were driving. You have to take maintenance into consideration because you avoid doing maintenance and eventually your car is going to be nothing but a brick. So you subsidized the value of your car for instant cash with Uber. You cannot do that or you are going to be down and out and broke with no car. All right, no Uber, no car. You'll be lucky if you can afford a bus pass. Do not subsidize your instant cash with your car, period. Okay, now we got that out of the way, you need to understand how much it costs you to operate your vehicle. There's no exact science to it. You'll never figure out an exact amount, but you can get pretty damn close, all right? I'm not going to go into any more of that now that we got that out of the way. It is truthfully not really worth driving for 60 and 70 cents a mile. It's not. That's my opinion. Now, some people that maybe have a Prius or something, you guys may still be okay. But for a lot of people, 60, 70 cents a mile just isn't cutting it. So, surge pricing is where you make your money, all right? Now, I'm not going to tell you all the specifics about surge pricing, all right? There's a multiplier, and the multiplier of the surge equals how much your base price is times that multiplier. So if you're 70 cents a mile, you have a 3x surge, you're looking at $2.10 a mile. Makes sense? 7 times 3 is 21, 210. Okay, very simple. So you need to find the pattern of surge in your market, assuming that your market has surge. Surge pricing can make you a lot of money. So if you're out there driving for 70 cents a mile anyway, you get some of that surge, it really adds a huge bonus to your income. Surge can really make this job worth doing. So, surge pricing is great. Figure out when and where to be. I'm not going to get into all that. I will tell you, use the passenger app and use the driver app. Those two apps used together can be a huge lifesaver for you and really show you the heartbeat of your city so that you know when and where you need to be to make the most of your money. Now, in general, not everywhere, but generally, the best times to drive are going to be morning rush to work. Okay, find a popular suburb of the city and hang out there around 6 o'clock in the morning when people start heading to work. And you could take rides from there to the city and then go back there and back to the city. You could do that all morning long. Okay, catch the morning rush runs. Same thing with the evening rush, but do it backwards. Start in the city and take requests to the suburbs. All right. Then you've got college towns. A lot of colleges will party on Thursday. Okay, so be out looking at the college towns if you had them on Thursdays. You can usually catch surge in college towns. They get a little crazy and wild. They're usually short runs, but in general, when you're on, say you're in a 3-time surge zone, 1 mile, you're looking at minimum fares now. You know, instead of a $5 minimum fare, you could be looking at a $15 minimum fare. And if you're only going a mile or two, those really add up quick. College towns can make you a lot of money if you can deal with the snotty and snobby, overprivileged, and underappreciative little brats that use Uber and Lyft. Okay, college towns are great. Now, Fridays and Saturdays, bar rush. Guys, you want to make some money, people head to the bars. Usually they get off work around 5, on Friday. Saturday they're off, so, generally I say around 6 to 7 o'clock at night, people will really start heading out to the bars, okay? Now, it'll die down. It will. It's absolutely going to die down somewhere around 10 o'clock or so, 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's going to really die down, but it's going to start picking back up around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's going to really pick up around 1:30 in the morning or approximately 30 minutes prior to bar closing in your area. Great times to drive so long as you can deal with the drunks, okay? There's no just go out and make a bunch of money to this, okay? There's a lot of intellectual thinking that goes behind it. All right, you really need to not just think about it, you need to really think about it. You really need to think and understand the patterns of your individual city. So for all of you that come on here and ask me, when do I need to drive? I don't know. I don't live in Baltimore, okay? I don't live in New York City. I don't live in San Francisco. I cannot tell you the heartbeat of your city. You need to figure that out on your own. And when you do, you will truly be maximizing your profitability with the rideshare industry. Drive-throughs, don't do it. Don't do it. Hey man, you mind if we go through Taco Bell and you're sitting there for 45 minutes? What do you think you're doing? What are you doing taking people through Taco Bell for 45 minutes? No, no, no. You can't do it. Tell them after you drop them off, they're free to request another Uber or another Lyft. It's a waste of time. You're getting paid something like 11 cents a minute. Even on surge, even if you're surging 3 times, 33 cents a minute to sit in a drive-thru when you're missing out on $2.10 a mile, no. Now, if it's a regular weekday or something, there's no surge going on, if you feel like doing it, that's fine. But typically, the answer is no. No drive-thru, no gas station. I can take you from here to home because, and hey, you can always use this excuse, we are so busy right now and there aren't enough drivers on the road. Therefore, we can't make additional stops. Is it true? Not entirely, but who gives a damn? All right, your ride, your money. Drive-thrus and gas stations are a huge waste of time. I highly recommend you skip it altogether. Next, open containers. That's a hell no. Okay, maybe in a few select areas that's okay, but no, why would you even risk it? No open containers. You see someone in your car with an open container, you hear an open container, you hear a bottle pop, crack, psst, whatever, get out. In the ride, right there, throw them out of your car. There's no second chances. Next, I saw a video recently from a local driver that had a girl in his car that said, "Let me out, this is kidnapping." Oh, hell no. At that point, you get out. I don't give a damn if you decide you want to continue the ride or not. At that point, when you say kidnapping, everybody out of the car. Anybody threatens you in any way, shape, or form, get out of the car. If they won't get out, you get out of the car, call 911, let the police deal with it. All right? No, don't tolerate people's bullshit because they will walk all over you and then they'll turn around and walk all over other Uber drivers. You are doing a disservice not only to yourself, but to your fellow driver. So don't tolerate these passengers' bullshit, period. They get sideways, out you go. Find another damn ride, and then report that shit to Uber. All right, next. I get a lot of people asking, what kind of car should I buy for Uber? I can't tell you specifically what car to buy because in a lot of markets, cars vary that are actually allowed on the Uber platform. In some markets, you could drive a Honda Fit or a Chevy Spark. In other markets, they're going to tell you that car is not even eligible. So please, I cannot tell you what cars to buy, but I will tell you this. If you're determined to get a brand new car to do Uber and Lyft and whatever, okay, and I don't necessarily recommend it, but if you are not mechanically savvy, okay, if you have like no mechanical abilities at all, then you're probably going to want to go with a new car. Because at least with a new car, you get a warranty and you shouldn't have to worry about anything for a long time to come. The problem with a new car is how rapidly they depreciate. There's no right or wrong answer here, guys. If you have no mechanical abilities and you've got a little bit of money, go get a new car and then you shouldn't have to worry about anything for quite some time. Just keep up your regular maintenance, you'll be good to go. But understand the depreciation is high. Now, if you've got some mechanical know-how or you know a damn good mechanic that's reliable and honest, all right, at this point, go get yourself a good, cheap used car. Seriously, It doesn't matter if it's got 100,000, 120,000, who cares? Because a car like that has already depreciated. And you're still going to get the same deduction at the end of the year for taxes as you would get for a brand new car, which depreciates much quicker. Get you a car, if you can, that is already depreciated, that you don't care too much about, that's going to be eligible for Uber and Lyft in your area for at least the next year. Okay, and keep in mind that every year the cars from, like, they'll say 06 and newer, come 2017, it's 07 and newer. So keep that in mind when buying a car and understand that you're probably going to have to sell this one to buy another one to continue doing it. As far as hybrids go, do I recommend hybrids? Not really. Not unless you can find one at a hell of a deal that's like certified and guaranteed has some kind of a warranty. Hybrids will save you a lot of money in gas, but I've done this before. The problem with hybrids is the fact that you pay a premium to save money on gas, which makes no sense to me. The premium that you pay for a traditional hybrid is going to be more than the amount of money you're going to save at the gas pump. Typically. All right, and you still have the same associated maintenance and repairs for a hybrid that you have for a normal car. So basically, you are paying to save the environment. So hey, if that's your thing, bravo, go for it, get you a hybrid. But seriously, if you feel comfortable with a hybrid, if you find one that you feel very comfortable with, hopefully comes certified with a warranty at a reasonable price in comparison to other cars in the same class, absolutely get a hybrid. If not, stick with your regular old gasoline cars. And I get a lot of people that ask me, what about a stick shift? Is a stick shift okay? A stick shift is fine, so long as you can drive it. A lot of people think they can drive a stick. They really can't. Okay? If you're grinding gears or the car is jerking all over the place as you're you don't need to drive a stick. Stick with an automatic that shifts smoothly. Okay? If you can drive a stick comfortably and smoothly for extended periods of time, definitely go with a stick, because stick shifts are usually more reliable than an automatic. Now, let's go from cars and let's talk about something else. Rates back in the day were amazing. All right? Back in the day when they were $2.25 a mile, hell, even when they were $1.50, even $1.25. I can remember going out and I could take a run that was $100. Today, that same run will pay about $33. All right? I used to be able to support my family off of 2 days a week, 12 hours each day. All right? 24 hours a week, I could support my family. I don't think you can do that today. And there are some people that are saying, oh man, you can make $1,300 a day in San Francisco. I'm sure on occasion you can make $1,300 a day, but I doubt that you could do that regularly. Now, in some markets, Uber is still great. Uber is still very profitable. You can make a lot of money. Unfortunately, there's more markets that are not profitable anymore, but drivers have yet to realize they're actually losing money. Why is this? Uber has spent a large fortune on recruiting drivers. Markets are flooded and saturated with drivers, and the passengers have gotten smart. Passengers will now wait out the surge, okay? Passengers have gotten smart. The markets are flooded with drivers, which means everybody loses money. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. And eventually Uber is going to push out these automated cars and replace us. So I think it's time that everybody comes to this realization that the honeymoon phase is over. Yes, you could still go out there and make some money, but I beg you to please not rely on this as a career. Please don't rely on this as a full-time job to feed your family. And if you already are, look for something else now. This is a great part-time gig. You can make great part-time money for extra things or to help with bills. Please don't buy a car solely to do Uber because you're going to use Uber to make the car payment. Please, please, please understand this is now a part-time gig only. I hope this video helps you guys out. Sorry it's so long, and until next time, like, comment, subscribe, stay safe out there, and Uber on.